Sunshines, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Set Apart Diaries. In today's video, guys, we're going to talk about self-love. Everything from positive affirmations to, self-care, meditations, all of these things that are so popular in our Western world. I mean, honestly, if you really want to make a lot of money on YouTube, this is the niche that you go for because this stuff sells, okay? People love material that has to do how to improve themselves, how to motivate themselves, how to build themselves up, how to build confidence. All of these things are super popular in the world of the internet and in the world of self-help and in the world of self-love. And you hear this advice a lot of times. I want to provide you guys with a Christian perspective into this whole matter of self-love and self-care and all of these things, because they sound good. Okay, all of these things, they sound great in theory, but do they truly bring and deliver everything that they promise? Do they really bring this freedom? As long as you repeat these mantras 50 times a day, as long as you just put all these sticky notes on your bathroom mirror, that says, oh, you're beautiful, you're this, repeat them every morning when you wake up, you're going to feel more confident, and this is going to build you up. And
say these affirmations with me. I love myself. I am worthy of the love that I crave and desire. I am willing to accept love, and I deserve love. My heart is always open, and I attract love effortlessly. My world is filled with light, love, and happiness. I have everything I need inside of me.
Here's the thing, I will not say that there's absolutely no benefit to those things. I just think it doesn't truly deal with the roots of our problems, okay? I don't think it goes deeper than the surface, okay? It might help you for a season. My first criticism of this self-love, self-care, I think it has created a society that is very focused on individual expression to such a degree where we don't look to how our decisions, how our personal decisions are affecting others around us, our families, our close friends, how it's affecting society at large. I believe that a lot of why we're having so much problems here in the West in terms of this whole rise of expressions, my identity, blah, 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 blah. So many of these things, are rooted in this really, I think, not right idea of I need to love myself above everyone else. I need to love myself, how I feel comes first, and how my family feels, how, people in my life are affected. That comes second, okay? It's all about me. In today's video, guys, I want to talk about what Jesus has to say. So this is a Christian channel, so I provide my Christian commentary on this thing. So you might ask yourself, okay, Nadia, so if we're not to focus on ourselves and helping oneself and loving oneself, so what's the alternative? I'm glad you asked, because I believe the true alternative, the truth about these things is that we can't fix ourselves, okay? I don't care how many times, how many sticky notes you put on your bathroom saying how you're confident and you're beautiful. Deep down, you know that you're trying to validate things, but that's not how you truly feel. So you're superimposing these things over there, and no matter how many times you repeat these things, they won't solve the true issues of your identity. You're still going to be insecure deep down. And you know why? Because you were not created to repeat a bunch of things. You were created to build your identity, your self-worth on something far deeper, something outside of yourself, okay? You don't have within yourself this stuff to fix you, okay? Here's the thing. You know how I know this? Okay. How many times have you written all these things in the mirror and blah, 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 and then you went the next day and did a bunch of stupid stuff, things that don't actually reflect your affirmations, right? Things that fall short of your affirmations. So this whole thing is okay, you haven't really dealt with your inadequacy. You really haven't dealt with your shortcomings. You just mask them with these notes and these things and these things that you tell yourself. This is where Christianity comes in. If you really want to have a correct view of yourself, of your worth, of everything that is in your life, you yourself cannot fix that. You're a broken person. All of us are. Okay, the Bible says we all have fallen short. We all have sinned. Paul even talks about this. I want to do good. The things that I don't want, I do. And the things that I want to do, I don't do. There's this struggle, We often want to be this person, that person, but we don't have the power to do that. You know what I mean? And no matter how many times we tell ourselves, okay, I am this person, that's not going to fix the issue of our identity, of our worth. And this is where Jesus says, you know what? if you want to truly understand what it means to have the right identity, you need to build your identity on something outside of yourself. This whole mantra will say, oh, you just need to unlock your divine self, your whatever self. Okay, no. What you need is build your identity on something that is immovable, that is like a rock. And that rock is Jesus Christ. Because here's the thing, this is what Jesus done for each and one of us, every individual, is that he died for us. He died on the cross for our sin. He died for our inadequacy. He died for the things that, that were keeping us apart from the holy God. So when Jesus died for us, when we are saved, we're saying, God, I am a wretched sinner. I can't do this life myself. And I try to tell myself this and that. The greatest affirmation that you can give yourself is not the little sticky notes in the bathroom mirror, okay? The greatest affirmation you can give yourself is when you trust your life in Jesus Christ, who gives us, each and one of us, the greatest affirmation ever, that he loved us so much, that he left heaven, incarnated into this planet, was born of a virgin, died for the sins of all humanity to give us the righteousness and the confidence, not in ourselves, the confidence that comes from his finished work on the cross. And when you live your life from what Jesus has done for you, that grace that you didn't deserve, but the grace and the great love that he has shown you, that's what's truly going to make you powerful and confident, not arrogant. Don't get me wrong, not arrogant, but confident, not in yourself, but the worth and in the identity that Jesus has now given you as a new creation. Now that you trust him, that you're saved, that you trust in his promises, now you're living with confidence, not because here I am, repeating to myself all these things. No, because of what Jesus done for you, for the great gift of grace that he given you. So as Christians, yes, do we fall short? Yes, but we get up again. We know that no matter what, at the end of the day, Jesus can empower us to live great lives for him. So in Matthew 16:24, Jesus says, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. What Jesus is saying is that if you really want to know me, follow me. If you want to have a correct self-worth, a correct identity, a true confidence that is immovable, deny yourself, okay? It's not about you, okay? It's not about, it's all about, I make my decisions not about how I feel about them, but from my relationship with Jesus. And the two greatest commands, love the Lord God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and your neighbor as yourself, okay? So this is what the Bible talks, not this, bunch of self-love nonsense that really actually leads to selfishness and then just, your egotistical tendencies, even if you're telling yourself that's not what you want to be. I don't know how many people I know who are living lives in bondage, they're addicted, they're in all of these things, and they preach to me this whole self-love, self-love, self-care, all these manifestations, they don't deal with the problem of sin, of our ego. And this is what the gospel is talking about, is that like you cannot, be so fallen, so messed up that Jesus cannot give you a new identity and make you a new creation and give you the power to live a true life in him. And you cannot be so morally perfect and so good that you would not need Jesus. The gospel fixes the problem of our inadequacy and like our low self-esteem when we do stupid things. And the gospel also fixes our self-reliance and pride to think that we can really truly live this life apart from him. Jesus gives you the correct view of oneself. You realize, I actually get happiness not when I am driven by my selfish ambitions and my goals. I am actually happy when I serve Jesus and I love him and I serve people with a sacrificial heart, with a heart that overflows with abundance and love. I addressed in my video, a couple of weeks ago, with this whole Mr. Beast story and this whole transgender thing that happened to Chris and whatnot. I'm like, this person put their individual expression, how they feel about their family, about their, things that, this is causing pain to their family, and this is what we celebrate, no, we don't celebrate things like that. That is selfish, that is sinful. This is what, having a society that is built on self-love first and all of these leads to, very selfish acts, not acts of bravery and sacrifice. Jesus truly gives us the truth. Nothing can be as true as the gospel is, and giving us the right view of ourselves, of people around us, of society at large. I'm not against, like doing some fun things and taking some rest and taking care of yourself, but having this whole self-love as the basis, as a philosophy in your life that, my happiness comes first above everything else. I think that will, at the end of the day, lead you down a very selfish path that, will bring you to brokenness, and loneliness, actually. The West has never been as lonely as we are. The fact that we are so lonely that, we now have AI girlfriends talking to us, to the fact that we don't know how to relate with each other because of all this technology and all this hookup culture, OnlyFans, and all this, all these things that have, separated us. We're lonelier than ever. And, and we keep preaching the self-love that is not bringing us any closer to anything. But when we say deny yourself, deal with the sin of your life, give up your life to Jesus so he can give you a new life, a new transformed mind, so you can get out of yourself, that you can deal with the sin in your life, and you can start to focus on other people and loving other people and doing and putting, others above yourself. That's when you're gonna have a truly beautiful society. But, when we, preach self-love and selfish ambition that leads only to destruction, this is when we have a lot of hurt, a lot of loneliness, a lot of addiction. So I don't know, guys, I just felt like talking about this. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see further content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.